Inside your digestive system lies a vast, interconnected landscape. It operates exactly like a bustling railway network, moving nutrients and signals across millions of microscopic tracks to keep your body functioning. Traveling along these tracks are your native gut microbes. They act as dedicated maintenance crews, constantly inspecting and repairing the biological architecture to ensure the entire system remains secure. But when you take a course of antibiotics alongside a probiotic supplement, you introduce two opposing forces into this environment. One is a highly destructive chemical sweep, and the other is a delicate repair team. If these two interventions enter the same biological track simultaneously, they are placed on a direct collision course. The beneficial bacteria are entirely exposed to the medication designed to eliminate them. The outcome of these treatments is decided by the synchronization of their arrival. An antibiotic functions like a blind clearance train. It is engineered to sweep away everything in its path, unable to tell the difference between a harmful invader and your helpful resident microbes. When the newly introduced probiotic bacteria land directly into this path, they lack the defenses to withstand such a harsh environment. The chemical wave crashes into the delicate cellular structures of the probiotic and instantly shatters them into fragments, long before they can provide any help to your body. Ignoring biological timing removes the protective benefit of the supplement, leaving your gut ecosystem entirely undefended during its most vulnerable state. Once that initial antibiotic wave passes, it leaves behind a cleared, highly vulnerable ecosystem. The normal biological tracks are temporarily empty. This chart shows the disruption timeline. A sharp spike occurs during the first 2 hours, representing the peak chemical storm. If you introduce probiotic cells beneath this massive peak, most dissolve the moment they enter. Introducing these helpers during the peak prevents their survival, but at the 2 to 3 hour mark, the antibiotic concentration drops into a low trough. This creates a safe landing zone where new probiotic cells can arrive without being destroyed. Waiting for this trough allows your new microbial helpers to safely step off the train and onto the cleared biological tracks, fully intact and ready to work. Once they arrive, they immediately begin repairs. They physically relink tiny molecular locks, known as tight junctions, sealing the gaps in your delicate gut wall. If these repairs are delayed by poor timing, opportunistic pathogens like Clostridioides difficile can settle into the empty tracks and cause painful inflammation. A safely landed probiotic team physically crowds out these dangerous invaders, occupying the space and consuming the available nutrients so the bad germs cannot multiply. Correctly spacing your doses provides a physical shield for the gut barrier. This strategy reduces the risk of inflammation and surface disruptions like antibiotic-associated diarrhea. There are a few rare classes of microscopic helpers that operate independently of this 2-hour schedule. Some, like specific probiotic yeasts, possess functional insensitivity. Because they have a different physical structure than bacteria, the antibacterial chemicals do not target them. They pass right through the storm. Others survive through sporulation. When they sense danger, they shut down their internal engines and build a thick layer of structural armor around themselves. Wrapped in this heavy armor, these sleeping cells can drift through the peak of the chemical storm without taking damage. However, unless a microbe possesses these specific structural defenses, adhering to the temporal schedule is necessary for its survival. When timing is respected, the gut maintains a fully intact barrier. The structural tracks remain secure, and the entire system continues to function smoothly. To maintain this balance, wait a minimum of 2 to 3 hours after taking an antibiotic before swallowing your probiotic. Applying this simple clock-based strategy ensures the probiotic strains can survive long enough to perform their essential jobs. Spacing these doses protects the repair crews during their most vulnerable stage, allowing the gut to rebuild its natural balance and support your body's recovery.